Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. The 10th annual Middleburg Film Festival brings surefire Oscar contenders to Middleburg, Virginia this Thursday through Sunday. So we're looking back at one of my favorite conversations from the festival's 2018 screening of Alfonso Cuarón's Roma. I spoke to the film's star, Mexican actress Yalitza Aparicio, via an interpreter about starring in her very first movie. Hi, I'm WTOP Entertainment Editor Jason Fraley, talking with Roma actress. Se llama?
Yalitza Aparicio.
And we're talking Roma. It's Alfonso Cuarón's new movie. I just saw it. And is it true that this is your first time acting? I think you was a preschool teacher, right? And how do you go from there to act in your first movie?
Efectivamente, es la primera película que...
Well, it's true. It's the first movie I've ever made. I never either studied to become an actress. Actually, I had just graduated to become a teacher, and not even a month after, I was invited to be part of this project that radically changed my life. And I started visiting all these wonderful places that I never imagined I was going to visit, and to meet all these wonderful people that I'm meeting right now.
Some of the scene where you lose your child is so sad. Do you think your character, in the end, when you go into the ocean and save the other kids, do you think that's her coming full circle from losing her own child? And she even admits on the beach, I didn't really want the child either. So do you think that was your character symbolically overcoming losing one child by saving the other children?
Pues es más un tipo remorso.
Well, I think it has to do with some type of guilt and some type of feeling this remorse that she didn't accept actually that the baby situation and being pregnant and everything, because as soon as she knew, then tragedy started unleashing, so she related it with it. But then she realized that on the beach scene, she was about to lose these kids that she loved as her own also. So they were about to. So it makes her feel this, that somehow, yes, as you're saying, it closes the circle, because she didn't really want it, the other baby, for the reasons mentioned.
Right. I want to talk about the cinematography, and that black and white cinematography is some of the most beautiful I've seen in a long time. And of course, Alfonso is an amazing director. When he's doing those, he does a lot of long single takes. Does that require, I want to just know how hard it was to shoot those, and did you have to do lots and lots of takes of those to get it right? And, especially being your first movie, how difficult was it to do a bunch of long takes like that? Because, running all the way down the sidewalk or into the ocean, the camera doesn't cut.
Pues no fue así como toma tan...
Not really, because it helped to awaken all these emotions at once instead of little by little, and allowed you to go through it and feel even more. So I think it helped. But somehow the children at some point said it was too long.
I want to know, was she a fan of Alfonso Cuarón before she started? I mean, obviously she wasn't an actress, but has she seen Y Tu Mama Tambien, Children of Men, Gravity? Have you seen them before you start?
Bueno, es que no sabía quién era Alfonso.
I didn't have a clue about who Alfonso Cuarón was at all, and haven't seen any of his films. It was once I was in the shooting that I found out about his job and his trajectory and his everything. But I didn't get to see any of the films until the very end.
Is she planning on watching them now, or has she watched them?
Vi la de Children of Men, and Y Tu Mama Tambien, Gravity.
Yeah. What did you think of those?
Pues a mí se me...
Well, actually, I find them wonderful, and especially the one of Children of Men. I noticed that he also has these long takes, but with a lot of movement. So that was very surprising to me, and I liked it.
Awesome. The cinematography, so many beautiful, especially the opening shot where the reflection with the water on the ground. Does she have a favorite shot in the movie when she actually saw it?
Pues mi favorita es cuando Cleo está...
My favorite scene is when Cleo is singing this lullaby to Sophie, to the little girl, in her own mother tongue. She loves the idea that Cleo shares her mother tongue with the little girl that she takes care of as if it was her own. And I like very much that the viewers are able to see all this great attention she pays to these children.
Why do you think Alfonso is so good working with actors? Like, what was he like behind the camera to get a performance out of you, especially in those really emotional scenes, like in the, you're giving birth, or, what did he do working with actors, especially since you'd never done it before?
Pues es una persona que te ayuda a...
I think he's a person that is always helping you to give the best you can give, and to help you believe that you can do things, you can do them, and that you should never settle for anything. And I also believe he pours his heart out in all his projects, and in such a way that it's because they are so important to him.
Yeah. I want to joke and say I feel bad for the car.
Que quiere bromear diciendo que lamenta mucho el tema del coche.
Beat it up.
Era muy bonito.
Bueno, trancazos que se llevó el coche.
Can you drive better than that?
¿Y tú sí puedes manejar mejor que eso?
No, realmente yo no sé manejar.
Well, actually, I don't know how to drive.
No.
At all. And well, when Sofia crashes the car, I love to see how calm she was. She was taking it so easy.
Yeah.
This is when she just crashed it in the house, or when she crashes it between the two buses. And she's so calm. Yeah. She couldn't care less about the car being ruined. And I love to see how she worked out those scenes.
Awesome. So we talked a lot about the movie, but I want to talk about the festival circuit. How crazy is it that now, you go to Venice, Golden Lion, Venice, Middleburg now, and maybe all the way to the Oscars. Is this gonna be something beyond your wildest dream?
La verdad no, y tampoco me imaginé que iba a ser.
Not in my wildest dream. I never thought about this. And actually, I was very naive, and I thought that when we finished the film, at some point we were going to gather, all of us, in a movie theater, watch the film, go home, and wait for it to come out and open in the theaters, and that was it. When I was told I was going to have to go to Venice, I couldn't believe it. I was not expecting it at all. But I've been very happy to go to all these beautiful places and meet all these wonderful people. I really believe this is very, very, very wonderful for me.
Awesome. And last question. Do you plan to continue to act? Would you like to make more movies with Alfonso or other filmmakers?
Sí me gustaría, pero...
I would like it. But I feel it would be kind of complicated because I've never studied to become an actress. And now I know that this strategy that Alfonso used worked for him, of not having a script and all this. But I don't know about the other directors, how they work. So I kind of feel a little fear about it.
I think you can overcome the fear and do it, because you were great.
Pues muchas gracias y lo tomaré en cuenta.
Thank you so much, and I will take it into account.
Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time. I wanted to take a second to tell you about an app I really enjoy. Living in the DC area is great, and Podcast DC gathers all of the local shows that I like all in one local app. Health, sports, local news, politics, and so much more. Podcast DC is the new local app with hundreds of DC area podcasts to choose from. I can earn exciting rewards just for listening and share the podcasts I love instantly. Available in the App Store or in Google Play, listen local with Podcast DC.